Right, jump cut has been completed. You get a whole minute 30 on this map, which is nice. It reminds me of not Dust Bowl, sorry, Barn Blitz for that. So, no cheats on, teleporter goes down. We're on a metal pack from here. You can hop down the lower and potentially get a metal pack. There's a metal pack on the left there. So there's one down there, it's just a large, so you can just go straight for that. Hop across this, crouch jump up here. So it's a 30-second walk just to get to the point. Get your sentry gun up, Spencer up. Whack your sentry gun because it's the quickest to build. The Spencer would take too long because the metal pack's going to respawn any second now. So you teleporter up. Going up to level 1 now, level 2. Get the metal from this, get it to level 2. Pack for 3. Now, you just upgrade this dispenser with the metal that's in it. Grab more from the pack. Teleporter's now built. Move back across, hit the teleporter while it does its upgrade animation. Get the pack again. Dispenser will be level 3 momentarily.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
The dispenser's level 3.
5, 4,
And then you got, by the end of the round, if you're quick, a level 3 teleporter. And 85 metal in case you come under attack right away, which is unlikely. And there's the metal. So within, let's say, a minute and 5 seconds with a large pack, you can get an entire level 3 nest setup. If you do it well. Downside to this point, you've got the front door, which enemies can peek from, because I believe the sentry gun's range is slightly out of that. Just going to third person. I don't have SV cheats on, we'll soon fix that. Third person again. And that's not helping at all. But I just put it down like this, can't I? And it doesn't show the goddamn range. Oh, it does. So it does shoot the cart track, but people will peek it and it'll be effective at peeking. And the main downside you have to this point is the back stairs. That's where people are going to come from and kill you. I'll go the extra time on this, good. The way I'm going to do this is mess about with timescale and stuff for payload. So, we'll grab the sentry gun, run it over here, because that's the general spot I'll build on. I have seen reasonable success with building underneath this, and because this is enclosed and everything, the only way they can get angle themselves to shoot at it is either over here or walking around the barn, which if there's a second sentry gun in it, becomes very hard to push this point, arguably. Because it doesn't have coverage here, but depending on where you stand, the enemy won't be able to hit it. So since it's in that corner, you can probably hit it from that side, but if you put it over here... And yes, I know I'm still in third person. Just felt like playing in third person for a bit. Put it over there, they're not going to see it until they get round to about here, which I believe at this range it'll shoot at people. So behind the rock near enough.
Packing up.
Yeah, so as you can see it covers behind the rock, you can always move it forward a bit. So the only way they can really get round is up through there by rocket jumping through the house, or walking around this point and trying to outrange it by standing back here. Or obviously spies cloaking behind. Probably get it from about here as well. Yeah. So if anybody approaches from this, it'd be blue's left but red's right. They will get blasted by the sentry gun before they can really get around the corner, although you could probably edge it from here. I don't know about that. Probably has range here. I need to sneeze. Oh dear, excuse me. So that's the first point with my experience. I've had a small amount of success building here, just as a hold off, because when the cargo track comes up here, nobody expects a level 3 sentry gun to be sitting in one of these left or right areas, and I don't believe you can build over here because there's stairs, but we'll check. You can, but only just. So yeah, I've had a bit of success with sentry guns in here, but then you come into the problem of the fact that anybody's can flank you from over here and come up behind you and everything. So that's the first point. I'm going to temporarily give myself no clip, save me walking all the way around. Super engineer. My personal experience with second point, not an easy one to defend either. I'll put it in here, which holds off this barn for a decent amount of time, but they can just push the cart around it by hiding here. And as you can see by this Wrangler pointer, they can shoot your sentry gun from... Let's see where the rockets land. See, I think that's the top of the building blocking it. So look. It's difficult to tell. They can shoot your sentry gun from over here. I'll show you. By Rescue Ranger LOS. If they crouch down... I'm going to the first person in a quick sec. If they crouch down here, I can see that sentry gun and I can hit that from there. I don't know, so that's why they're landing there. But I can hit that sentry gun from there. Not many people will probably do that, but I didn't work out as well as I hoped. But yeah, you can do some fancy things with the Rescue Ranger, I believe. And putting a teleporter in that area, it does give you relatively guaranteed defense. You can do shit like this, which means you can heal the building from up here and pull it around if needs be. Don't know how useful that'd be, but so you can hold this up a loft area potentially, which is not a bad spot either. I believe it hits the payload cart here. Yep. So if the cart's rolling backward and the enemy's pushing through, that's a relatively good spot. But the main problem with this is the fact that generally most of the time you'll experience the enemy team putting a teleporter up there, and because the teleporter gets up there, it means they can just walk around you and use the payload cart as cover and just push through that little area, and then your pointed defense is gone. This up area is decent, but as you can see by the range of this thing, it's limited, and you don't have sight line of directly below you, and people will get in that corner and shove rockets up at you. This is done building.
I'm moving this.
I've had varying success with building here, any of this upper area, and even when it's done.
Good night, Irene.
I've had bits of success with building over here, but then you have the problem of snipers standing over there as well as directed soldiers. And even, once again when it's done animating,
Packing up.
I've had success with building up here because it covers the payload part, but then you have the problem of people flanking around the right. And because this is glass here, they can see your sentry gun and see you, and you can see them, but there's not much you can do about them because you're an engineer and your combat abilities are quite limited. So that's most of first and second, I'd say, covered. Any other good suggestions for sentry gun points? If you want to build up in there to stop people from getting a teleport up there, be my guest, that's not a bad idea, but then you have the problem of them just pushing the payload cart by conventional means. Building that corner, I believe. Where did I leave my gun? It's up there.
Moving out.
I believe you can build on top of this wood. No, this is a no build zone. Oh no, it is.
Go on, get.
So you can build on top of this wood, which isn't a bad spot again, but then you have the problem of people coming up the payload cart ramp, or from above, or even round in front of your spawn and down. And we'll leave it at that. That's first stage. I am now going to get into second stage using the magical exploits of timescale and going on blue team. Is it timescale? It's not called timescale. Crap, I was going to show this off, but I can't remember the name of it. I'll be back briefly. Oh, can't move. I'm eating grapes anyway. Welcome to Chuck Redfield's first point addendum. So let's pretend there's a minute and 30 on the clock. This has been recording for maybe on that 9 seconds, so we'll say from the 5-second mark. And let's say you want to get on the roof of here, because you can get on the roof of here.
Sentry going up.
Got a gun up here. Got to get this to level 3 as quick as possible. So I've got tele entrance back at spawn at level 1. That's the 30-second mark, so let's say it begins in a minute. Grab the metal. Get this gun up to level 2. Shit! Don't do what I just did and not put enough momentum into it. So that's cost me valuable time by being a dumbass and not flicking it properly. So get that up here, get your dispenser up, or you can pull the sentry gun up here and just do it slow. The problem with this is the fact that you are relatively low on health and metal when you get up here. I'm at a minute 10, so the mission's going to be starting in about 10 seconds. Dispenser needs to be lower down. Metal dispensers, get tallow up here. So your gun's up. This is, I've got a minute and 20 on mine, so this is probably either very close or just about to start, but if you don't screw up the rescue range or the wrangle jump, you'll be a reed. And if you can jump up here with the sentry itself, you'll probably be better off shape even better. So, level 3 guns up. As you can see by the coverage of this, it's not great, but it's not amazing. But you can, this is the main point of this point, you can get it all the way down here. And because the way the sentry works, that on Badwater 3rd, the gun will not shoot out the window unless it's level 3. This will cover all the way up to about there on the cart track, but it also slam the entirety of spawn. And if you look at that from their spawn, you see on the roof. If you're looking at that from here, you can see very little. If I can remember how to spawn bots, I will test it. Spawn bots, entity create. No, I can't think of it, sorry. So yeah, you can barely see the sentry gun itself. I could probably move it even further back than that if I can get back up here without killing myself. Or not. Told you I'm not very good at this. Just no clip. I think SV cheats are off because this is a restart server. Cheats 1, no clip. So, in fact, might even move it even further back. Oh.
That was getting heavy.
We'll see with the Wrangler, but this gun, yeah, I think it is. No, it's a little bit too far.
I'm moving this.
Probably there will be right. But the main advantage of this point is that it's incredibly difficult for you to be shot at, because you can use the entirety of the barn as cover, and then you can just sit here and whack your sentry while it kills anybody who gets who's stupid enough to get in range of it. This honestly might be a little bit further. I don't know. Let's have a look.
Packing up.
So, at about there, it was shooting most of the payload cart, not much else. But
Go on,
the thing with this is that you can build this up, get it wrangled, look over the right corner of it, use the Wrangler shield as your cover, and spray into their spawn. Wrangler's crosshair's broken at the moment. There we go. So you can see, you can stand behind the gun itself, and you can hit all the entirety of the payload, shove missiles down there. So if you've got time and the skill, which I don't believe, well, I can probably try this at some point. I might give this a go in the near future. Get your teleporter up on the corner, and as long as your teammates covers this sort of back area, it's backfield, you'll be right. And your sentry gun can even hit all the way over there. So if you keep a teleporter up on this roof, you can even like ninja near behind them and get this back up when they've capped first. So this point, very, very good, because obviously you get all the advantages of the barn down there, but with a better range, because you've got a slant to the roof. So you can see here, I'm just hitting the sentry, and nobody's going to be able to hit me unless they come up behind me, and then even then they're going to have a hard time because they're going to have to stand like there. So this is a very, very good point, and my dispensers are pretty much completely protected apart from over on that right, so you can probably build it over here by the cliff. Let's see, if I put this here,
wasn't getting any lighter.
dispenser never really changes height. Sentry gun does. Hitbox doesn't though. Yeah, you can't see anything other than the sentry gun sitting up there. There is a dispenser. I'll show you by no clipping. There's a dispenser there, but if you can see that from here, you've got better eyesight than I have. Well, you can see the top of it here, but I'm higher up than anybody ever would be. Yeah, look. If you hop on this rock, stand all the way back, you can just see the top of it. I could probably just rescue ranger it from here. In fact, I don't know if it's even going to let me rescue ranger it.
Packing up.
There we go. So you can just see the top of it if you just stand on this rock and jump. And this is probably one of the best ways to counter this sentry, but if the owner's paying any attention, / you don't have something completely amazing that one-shot sentries, which you don't, because you don't have a direct hit, oh, well, the direct hit doesn't do 216 damage. And if it's wrangled on top of that, and the owner can hit you from here, as you can see, and do nearly all of your health, at least if you're an engineer. But it does 100-ish. And then you've got bullets as well, on top of that. So yeah, in summary, this is probably one of the better spots for first point. I will put this at the end of the entirety of the first point guide, so you're seeing this after second point, but I apologise for that, I forgot about this. I will just talk about it on third, because I get on the roof of third point. Or third point, by third point I mean third stage. TLDR. First stage done, this goes at the end, but I've covered second point. And I still can't rocket jump very well. I'm doing this again, I'm not adding on that. Yay, I'm good at this game, sometimes. Yeah, and then if you ever need to make a quick escape, you can always like do a terrible wrangle jump here and land on this. I don't have butter on, by the way, in case you're wondering. Yeah. Alright. I won't say thank you very much for watching, because this comes in the middle of the video, but this is chronologically the last thing, so thanks for watching, but not really, because there's still the second stage and the third stage to come. Internet! How do I stop this thing?
Come on, fellas. Good night, Irene.
The bomber's nearing the checkpoint.
This here point. Nice shot. Move him out. Oh.
Right, quick setup video for the first point. Obviously I've lost about half the time here because I was diddling about, as you'll be able to see from the video. I messed about with the console commands and didn't do it quick enough, so I will keep that in mind for the next point. First point on this one, not easy to defend, not difficult to defend particularly. Well, it varies depending. Well, there's a short point. That's the problem with this. I don't know if that packs off. This is generally my point of choice because it blocks most of the window and stuff, but there are other ones which I'll be showing in a moment. Obviously this is slow relatively, there's another 30 seconds on the clock, so
Mission begins in 10
even if you're slow you can still get a level 2 up.
5, 4, 3.
I like this spot because generally it'll shoot people who try and come around the corner. Downside of it is that there's splash damage. I will show the other spots you can build that are quite good as well in a moment. This is the general layout. Sometimes you shove the teleporter further back in the corner,
That was getting heavy.
or the dispenser here. I'll just show the other spots quickly. So this kind of requires a dual engineer setup, which is an odd one. You want an engineer, as you can see, that central gun goes there, and you want an engineer covering this side if possible. So then you end up with a nice pincer situation where the enemies can't come through this area because the sentry gun's going to shoot them unless they're standing all the way over there, and I'm pretty sure it barely touches them in range
I'm
there.
moving this.
Yeah, the range barely covers that point, so you don't have to wrangle for that. But other than that, you've got a nice dual engineer setup. You have a dispenser, I believe about here-ish,
Erecting a dispenser.
and you can block spies with that. Obviously they have to jump over it, but that's at least a minor blockade. Another dispenser here for the resupply of the sentry gun, and either one or both teleporters there. A way round for that is, actually no, I was going to say you could rocket jump up here to get past it, but no you can't, but obviously it requires teamwork of dual engineers. For this first point you've also got this area here, but then obviously you're just out of range of the spawn. You can build on these logs, which I've seen someone do to incredible success levels, because I believe you can just hop up here and cower in here while your sentry gun does all the work. Check the range on this quickly. It does cover, or it doesn't quite, it does kind of cover the point over there, but not quite. The main thing this does is deny people from pushing up there, and it'll probably shoot them if they go for the health pack. So you've got the lower area down here. Here you've got this area here, which is completely enclosed pretty much, but doesn't cover all that much of the point. And obviously flanks from behind will completely destroy you unless you have that second engineer that I previously mentioned. You can vary the dispenser spots with all cases. This corner's not bad because teammates will generally come in to get health. A sentry gun in this corner isn't all that bad either, honestly.
That there wasn't getting any lighter.
Because it covers the entire payload cart, and it's very sort of, I think the word is auspicious. It means it doesn't really show at all to anybody unless they are approaching it pretty much. Obviously they can come all behind you and everything. This has very limited cone of view. I'd say on this first point I would probably put it here and hopefully have someone watching my back on the left, or up in that window as previously mentioned. Now let's do second. I'm going to no-clip through here, actually. If you're an offensive engineer, putting a teleporter up there is one of the best things you can do, because then it allows for flanking from the left, from this right, coming down the drop down if the cart's far enough forward. and that gives you access to this entire upper area. And if you want to be incredibly offensive, you can put a teleporter up here, and as long as you don't activate it or you have it level 3 built up and then just put the exit down, you can have people pouring out right next to the spawn. As for defense of this point, see, I don't honestly play Engineer all that much on Thunder Mountain. I generally go Soldier, so it's kind of difficult to get an opinion. Can I build up here? I can. Now,
Sentry going up.
this could be an interesting spot, albeit you're exposed from the left. Gives you coverage of the payload cart on the latter end of the journey. This entire area here, you can put a sentry gun here, and it does decent work generally. Obviously, you're in very close proximity, so people can edge you out with rockets, stickies, all that sort of thing. And I believe you do have to wrangle for that point over there.
Packing up.
I need to carry this. The general spot I see used on this one is this corner, and whilst reasonably effective, you have to be wary of that upper area and people crossing across to get all the way around up there. The defense of this point is quite difficult, I'd say. See if we can do this without screwing it up.
Come on.
Alright,
fellas.
didn't realise you could stand on here. Can I ninja around? Probably not. Alright, let's try this again without killing myself, hopefully. See, not very good with Wrangler jumping with level 1s. Yeah, as you can see. Go back to no clip in 3 seconds. Just pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, I don't really know. This last point is oh yeah, the final last point, defense, that's very, very last resort, because there's a drop down there, is this last point here, but there are 2 metal packs, so they obviously expected engineers to build in here. I personally go for this side because there's no lip there, and there is on this side, so people can shoot down on you from standing there, but they can't on this side. And that's probably second stage all wrapped up. You can build in this corner because it's shady and shit, but then you've got snipers up there, and maybe even snipers up there. And this little alcove here is not bad either. There's a lot of different points you can build in this, but they've all got downsides, that's the problem. There's no one defining good point. If I had to defend second point as engineer on this map, I would probably either go here or there, and as a fallback, probably down there or there. So it'd be that corner there as an aggressive engineer coming off first if I manage to escape, and then a sentry gun there. Never build down there particularly because of the whole, they can flank from the behind. Unless you have an engineer covering either up here or a gun down there, but obviously I can shoot a gun from here, so that anybody with a direct hit or anything will trash one. And that pretty much covers second, I'd say. There's not much to this one. It's not a good engineer map, this second point. Right, I've got it from the very beginning here. First point set up on this one. Honestly, I would not be going this way right now. I'd take a far left. And because this first point is very difficult to defend, I very rarely play engineer on this map, just thinking about it. Due to the fact that it's quite difficult to hold on every stage apart from this one. And then I would build in here. Because there's this large here. I know this is inefficient, but there's no wall there, so the dispenser would have to go here. Grab this 100. I didn't put down a teleporter entrance either. I put it on the area I came out of actually. So this is how much I played engineer on Thunder Mountain. So not the best choice for this map, but I needed to do an Engie guide, and I decided to do Thunder Mountain because Charlie just said, "Why don't you do third stage or 3-stage Thunder Mountain and just do it post-com?" I'm like, alright, what was that? And then I probably put a teleporter entrance, or an exit, sorry, about here. So that's a level 3, level 1 dispenser, and a teleporter entrance. before the round even starts, and you've got time to do stuff because you might get the occasional straggler coming up these stairs from down here. Other than that, this point's they're going to be busy outside duking about. You can have relative success with a sentry gun there, you can have a bit of success with one over there, you can have one on this bridge, but then it's going to spin around like 8 billion angles. It's going to have to turn to the left here, to the right there, and then down. The only problem you have here is people rocket jumping up and around. That's one of the downsides to this point, and the fact that they can spawn and push out from literally... It's about a 5-second walk from their spawn to get to there, if that. Bring this with me. First point on this point is literally defending that barn in there. Out here, you're going to have probably a very bad time unless you build. I'm wondering about the top of the very house itself. Oh, it's too high. No! Not good at this. I am not good at this.
Moving out.
So you can build up here, which generally has a bit of success with holding the first point, but then they'll just start pouring into that right area. Well, the blue's right, my left. I'll show you, in fact. I can't air strafe. Please. Oh, you fucking dick. I'm going to put tournament mode as well on real quick, because this is the third point and I don't need to dick about capping the payload cart as you've seen in the last two. Okay, I've got a SV cheese. Tournament restart. Tournament restart. There we go. No clip. So you can see from this area here, it's like I said, a literal 5-second walk from their spawn, which is completely out of range of the sentry gun there. Whilst the sentry gun will shoot pretty much up to there, and I'm not sure if wrangled it'll get to there, but rocket reload time. Make it to the roof when I don't want to make it to the roof. It will shoot that entire left area, but it won't get the stairs, and I believe you can get past it without, yeah. So if people want to take the sentry gun out, you have to come all the way over here and snip under here and start spamming it out, but then you have to run the risk of running into the rest of red team. Put that on as well, so I can get up here for free. So you have the downside of that, and yeah. Not bad, that's not... By no means that is a bad spot for the sentry gun, but in the barn it's a lot better, and it will stay up for a lot longer. So, you can build all the way up here, which it does give coverage of the left and the right side, as previously mentioned, I believe. Moving out. Yeah, it does, but then you have the problem of people sniping you from that corner, which obviously you can wrangle to deal with, and then I honestly don't know how much you'll shoot into their spawn. I'm moving this. Yeah, I get the point. So it will shoot down into those spawn doors there, I believe. This could be an interesting spot. I've never really tried this, because of the setup times. Obviously, you need to deal with... Need more metal. Hold on. I'd like to see if I could jump up there again from down there, but not... round the clock! So you can get a teleporter up here as well. This could be pretty fancy, actually. Get a dispenser up here or a teleporter up here. You could do probably some pretty amazing things from up here. The only thing you have is the hilarious idea in my book. So yeah. Obviously I'm quite low health, but you can always get either a medic buddy or just use a dispenser and play it smart. So you can jump up there. I believe you could probably... Say if you built up here, you could probably sentry jump haul it. That was getting heavy. That's shit I always struggle with, and I haven't done it in a long time for any amount of effectiveness, but I'm just going to see if I can do it for the sake of showing it off. Stand in front of it. Oh, I overstalled it! Well, I got the gun up and me, so... You can just jump haul this and then come up here with a full 200 metal, get dispenser up. And then, when the dispenser gets up, you can use the extra metal up here to... well, the teleporter exit, I'll show you. Use the extra 25 metal here to build the exit. Teleporter going up. So you have your teleport entrance, say, over there somewhere. Sentry gun on this corner. Get your dispenser up with the extra metal you save, or just jump up here with 200 metal and build the dispenser. Depends how quickly you want to do things. And you probably honestly just bullet jump up here with a level 1, but then you obviously can't wrangle jump, so... So yeah, you can get a gun up here, and then hopefully you'll be shooting into those two little cubbies areas there, and that could provide some interesting trouble getting a cart through there. I might have to try this at some point. Oh, that reminds me, on first point you can get on top of the roof actually and have relatively good success there, but obviously that requires a bit of jumping stability. I'll go back and show that quickly as well, after this little... I think I cut at the first part, so I can add it on as an addendum. Yeah, I can. Alright. Anyway, so that's the first point. Second point on this map,
Packing up.
we will put the... do all the console commands. Yeah, that's the Wrangler's laser beam bugging out as well. It's weird. Host time scale 2, so I can move double the speed. Alright. These doors are shut, so... There's our good friend NoClip. So after the first one gets capped, these doors open. And I believe red team can get in here anyway, but blue team can as well, but all they can get to is... Yeah, that's locked off until at least first point, maybe second. I think first. They can come up here, come around the back of all this, but there's literally no point, and... I don't think these are open actually. Locked doors until the first point's captured. More NoClip required. Ah! Yes, so that door's locked as well. So these gates are irrelevant until second point. So all these gates open, so you can bring your sentry. So as a red engineer, I'd come through up here, either go out this side or down the trackway. I'd probably just jump down like this, and then I put a sentry either here, or put it in the boxes. You can put it in the boxes. You can put it on top of the highest box. Turn my host time scale back down. Oh my god, the game's so slow now. What is this? So you can build on top of these boxes as well. I've seen incredible defenses by putting a sentry gun here and dispensers here, and then just crouching under this crap, because it just protects you from a decent amount of damage, and it will shoot up there and there. You can do reasonably good defensive work from up here, but obviously then you run into the problem of people running around the entire right there. So say you had a sentry gun up here, people might be able to peek you from the stuff there,
I'm moving this.
and they'll come all the way around to the right. You can build just here, which is a bad spot, but then you're out of range of that stuff over there. You have to wrangle to shoot all of that, and once again flanking around from the left and here. On second point, almost 90-something% of the time I would build down there if I have the time to do so. And third is a weird beast because it's the last point. There's more NoClip. So, I've seen decent progress done with sentryguns on first for this point to block all of this, but obviously then you come to the problem that the cart track loops around on itself, so all of this down here, and including that, will not get shot at all. Third point, however, a sentry gun leaning here will do decent work, because I believe if you build it right... Nice, nice. Glad that's still a glitch. Purely cosmetic, but it bugs the shit out of me that half the model doesn't load. It will shoot all of this lower cart track here and this right stairs there. Well, my right, their left. Teleport's still on the roof, you can hear that whizzing away. And it doesn't give any coverage of this, but obviously it covers the approach. The only thing that people can do really is sneak underneath here and round, or direct hit it from miles away. Because I believe if you stand down here, you can get a line of sight on it from here, and there's no way in hell the gun's going to shoot at you from all that range away. Sentry, but Mini Sentry supposedly has ridiculous range, but I don't think it's that good. Once again, I'm just going to take Tally actually. Where did I put the the entrance is in the thing over there. Fuck that then. I'm just going to upgrade this quick. Now let's see if I can repeatedly do. This is kind of a shitty spot to try and do it from, but I'll give it a go.
Moving out.
Yeah, here comes the problem part, where I'm trying to do stuff quickly, but you do it too quick, and then you just pick up the gun instead. Generally, if you do this too quickly, it'll fire up. No, it'll fire a burst of rockets even when you've got the gun. Yeah, I'm not good at that. There's a better way to do it. I think if you walk and then turn as you jump.
That was getting heavy.
I'm sort of experimenting with this. Hope you don't mind. But yeah, if you build it there again for the third point, last point, you'll probably be in good shape. I am not very good at sentry, well, wrangle jumping. We'll just get up there and then we'll just use the rescue. So that would have killed me, but I have butter on and I would have got more health, because I know for a fact sentry rockets can do any between like 50 to 150 or like 100 something damage to the engineers for stupid reason. So I get up here, get my dispenser up, and then maybe pull this later. Keep the gun there for the time being and use the rescue range to keep it healed. Hopefully Spider doesn't sap it. And then use the dispenser up here to get myself to full health and full metal, pull the gun up. And then I put it... I don't know actually, it doesn't seem like it's a very good spot up here. For third, that is. Because the cart track's down there. It'd be alright for second, honestly, because then you could cover that point as well. Teleport removed.
Go on, get. That there wasn't getting any lighter.
So honestly, from here, it'd probably cover that and that by itself. So this isn't a bad point for second as well, arguably. First stage of it anyway. Teletrapping myself here. Third, maybe not. But third point's a bitch to hold because you have the problem of people coming through this door, which isn't open at the moment, but will be. So, probably the best spot for third is either here or... Can you build in these boxes? Obviously you can use a dispenser as a little stepping stone. Oops. Get out of them. Can't build on top of these boxes, I don't think. Let's no clip land on here. No, you can't build on top of these boxes. Or these boxes, because these are the demo band dynamite boxes, which you can never build on. Here's probably alright, and it'll lean down all the way and cover all of that. This corner could be good. Wouldn't recommend it, probably, because the stupid blocker here. These railings are amazing for mini sentries, though. Pipes and stuff will bounce off them, depending on what type of railings they are, but the mini sentry will shoot through them, because LOL exploits. And I've seen minor success with guns. This is not a bad spot for second, but obviously you have the problem of wrangling the shoot down there. It wouldn't be bad for covering that, but then you have the problem of people coming up behind you here. Also, nice wrangler there, Mr. I'm aiming at the floor. To fix that, you just have to reset the wrangler by letting the crosshair disappear. That's just a bug from all the rescue ranger or wrangle jump. So it's easy to wrangle jump without the sentry gun, but I honestly struggle doing it with the sentry gun. I don't know why. Probably because you can shoot at whatever angle, so you can get the crosshair to come up here. That's too low. Anyway, so that's the third point. I will stick the addendum for first point in briefly at the end of the part where I discussed the second point, but that's already happened, so this is completely irrelevant. Whee! Thank you very much for watching. It was a very successful guide. Blip. See, that's just an extent of what the engineer's health can do with the Wrangler. I jumped from all the way there, sort of went round the C sign and cratered down here, and I still have 20 health. So if you want to like do dumb stuff with wrenches and stuff, just dive bomb people. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was helpful for some of Thunder Mountain. Never an easy map to defend on. The third point barn area is probably one of the better spots. The first point barn is another better spot. And second point, I've never really had much success with second point. It's always a difficult map. But yeah, thank you very much for watching again.